All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Fernandez. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Will Fuller back deep to return. And it's taken in at the 9. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Come back.
Now it's Watson. And right away, he lost the football. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Watch it now, Barney. Detroit!
Back to throw. Fernandez. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And that's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Muscles him off. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Reset. Hey, blue 80. No chance.
After the run, Watson going to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Looking to throw. Fernandez. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down carry for Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Fernandez. His throw incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fernandez uncorks one for Davis. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Now they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays, eat up chunks of yardage, and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Looking to throw. Fernandez. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, Fernandez. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
Detroit!
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. A dump underneath to Jones. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On 1st and 10, Watson to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Fuller. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Reset. Richmond.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Shelling through the defense. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Richmond, come back.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the handoff, this is Booker. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
They get it to him running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room. Sprint him out to...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fernandez. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Chris Jones on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Fernandez. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Flag down and out,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Watson on first down. And his throw is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Watson looks to throw again. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Titans getting set to go. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Going underneath for Lewis. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard. Leopard.
Throwing on first down. Fernandez. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw again. Fernandez. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Come back, come back. Tiger.
Back to throw, Watson. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down.
Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Fernandez. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Succop. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Come back.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out in the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Come back.
To the air yet again, Watson escaping the pressure right. And shedding. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Black 99 Philly.
the ground with a tight end. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. Oh, twisted. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st down, Fernandez. Now he'll escape to his right. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for the Titans. 49 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Christian Covington in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Fernandez eluding the pressure. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Justin Houston in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so he can keep cutting into that lead.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Fighting through. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Here's Watson. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. Touchdown, Houston. Eric Ebron, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2.
Richmond. Come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. After the interception, here's Watson. Looking outside, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
On first down, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Sturgis for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo.
He's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on third and long. Fernandez. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
From the gun, here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Lucky 56.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gone!
Back to throw. Fernandez. Completes it to Davis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go! Set! Green, 39!
Again to Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Watching now, Barney! Now let's go! Green, 39! Green, 39!
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Titans on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
Operating from the gun, Fernandez steps away to his left. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Fielded about a yard deep. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. The 30. And he's going to score. Oh, my goodness, he returns it all the way.
Brought it all the way
this
back.
Game is tied. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put him on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. A crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And now another timeout here called by the Titans as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throw right side caught by Davis. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. There he goes, right side. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Houston, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.